Alright, Matt Stone of 180 Degree Health. I do not have my camera woman here. I have a tripod now, thanks to my sister. And today I'm going to be making up some truffled homemade French fries. These things are unbelievable. I'll move this over so you can kind of see how I cut them. But basically, you cut them into just an easy cut fry. You know, you can cut those into thirds. And you can see just like little fries like this. You can cut them any way you want. You know, sometimes I just do little squares. That works out pretty well too. I'm going to go ahead and turn the burner on. We got a nice big fat lump. What is that? Maybe 3 tablespoons of some good coconut oil. I use the refined coconut oil. It is odorless. It is flavorless. You know, initially extra virgin coconut oil can be kind of tasty, but that usually gets pretty old, especially when it smells up your whole house, kind of like this funky coconut oil flavor. But we let the pan get really, really hot, especially with an all-clad pan like that. If it's not really, really hot, the potatoes stick to it, and you got problems. Also, I'll show you in a minute the oven that I have here. I turn it up to 425, so we're gonna get these started in the pan, but I actually like chucking these whole pans in the oven at high heat to cook them. It certainly makes things easier. You can sort of forget about them and move on to whatever else you might be making with the meal. Alright, we're down. We got one more potato to cut here, and I'm telling you, man, these things are unbelievable. I had these 3 times yesterday. And I'll show you the truffle oil too while the pan is continuing to warm up. Truffle oil is very expensive. I paid more for it than I should have. But this is white truffle oil. Price tag on here. Yeah, a little spendy. You're only going to use a couple dollars worth of it for a batch of fries. But you can get larger bottles, and it makes it much better. And don't think you gotta have truffle oil to make this taste good. These things are incredible without any truffle oil whatsoever. But if you're really looking to make something that is truly special in your own home kitchen, I'm telling you, man, this is a good place to start. And the truffle oil will definitely take it to the next level. So that's been heating up for a while. I don't think we're quite getting any smoke coming off here yet, but we'll give it another couple minutes. We'll get a little smoke coming off of here, and we'll throw these in the pan, and we'll be off to the races with that. I'm going to go ahead and pause it for a sec so that I don't make this video too long, but we'll get back in just a minute. Alright, we're back. We got a little smoke rolling off of there. I'm going to show you a good technique to keep from burning yourself. It's not foolproof, as you may be able to see there. I got a little splash dot on me from yesterday, but that happens when you make home fries 3 times in one day. But what you want to do is tilt the pan like this so that the oil all runs to this end. Then you can throw all of your potatoes in on this end here so you don't have any splashing. Thus, I got the heat cranked all the way up to start. Again, if you're using a pan like this, which if it's within the means of your budget, you should be, because all-clad cookware is absolutely amazing once you know how to use it correctly. And using it correctly involves getting it really, really hot before you put anything in there. Okay, now that those are in there, we can shake the pan a little bit. Spread these out. And we're going to let those ride until they get nice and brown. Turn them a little bit, cook them a little bit more. By that time, the oven will be nice and hot. We can finish them in the oven from that point forward. Alright, you can see some happy things are going on in here. They're not all brown, as you can see, but most of them do have at least one brown side. Something like this there. see a little brown on there, right? But it's this point where I think I'm going to drop it in the oven. Like I said, the oven's at 425. It's almost fully preheated. And these things will finish up nice and evenly in there and get really nice and crisp and perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and drop them. Again, I wanted to point out that the potatoes I'm using are Yukon Golds. Yukon Golds are definitely in a league of their own, I think. They're my favorite. Look at the timing. Look at that timing. Okay, we'll be back for the finishing touches here. Alright, it's time for the finishing touches. They've been in the oven for maybe 15 minutes. I did toss them around. But they are nice and crispy. Oh yeah. And then when they get close to done, they make that little noise. Can you hear that? They almost like hiss at you. I'm going to take them and move them to the bowl. You can do this in the pan, but I don't know, I think it's easier to get them really, really good in the bowl. It's enough for the demonstration. I made this blackening seasoning. I make that in about a minute. That's in my ribs video. But I use that as a multi-purpose seasoning. It's nice and salty and spicy. Put a good little dose of that in there. And toss it around a little bit. Okay, we got truffle oil. You don't need much. Put your thumb over the hole there, and you can see, you know, maybe a half teaspoon I just put on there. Toss that around a little bit, and then throw that right on the plate there. And this is another optional thing you can do at the end. Is grate some fresh parmesan right over the top. And that is an amazing plate of truffled homemade fries. These things are really, truly something special. Try them out sometime. And last night I had it with some beef tartare. You can have it with a burger. Who knows what? It's up to you to decide, but try these fries sometime. Thanks again, Matt Stone of 180 Degree Health.